Hey, good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my world with Nat, Relocation Concierge. I hope you guys are having an incredible day so far. You know, when the moment strikes, you got to go hot, you got to hit it and show up when you can. And this has been brewing for a few days. So before I get started, I really have to give a big shout out to all of you who are following me every day, watching the videos, commenting, meeting me, and booking calls. I am so grateful for everything that you are bringing to me. So I look forward to meeting you here when you decide to come down. So I am coming to you live today from the beautiful Ocean Dream. I am poolside right now, just trying to take in a little bit of this oasis today. And today I really want to focus on one thing in particular, which is accommodations. I want to share a little bit again about our journey. What would we do different about it? The three places that we've actually lived in, the realities of those places, and what budget gets you. And I think that's going to be a whole other video to be able to show you guys what budget can get you down here in the DR. So, if you have any questions and you're tuning in live, make sure you drop them. There's somewhere, somehow. Oh, I see the chat there. So you can drop that in the chat. If you're getting this later, give me a hashtag replay. I don't know if that works on YouTube, but we'll try. But I will definitely get a notification that you sent me a message, and I will be sure to answer for you. So, accommodations is a hot topic when you're deciding to relocate because, for the most part, people will want to rent first. Some people, I applaud them, are brave and they want to do the whole we're going to buy land, we're going to build, or we're just going to buy a house. I think the general rule of thumb is that you should come down, see where you are, be, talk to people, investigate, explore, see what feels good for you and your family. It is not the same for everybody. It isn't. It's the bottom line. What works for me might not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. If I go back over a year ago when we decided, and I say almost a year and a half ago now, because we started looking for places in January of 2021. And yeah, I'm gonna be pretty bold and say we had nobody to help us, right? We got in touch with some real estate agents. One got back to us, connected us with the property managers that were managing the first property that. So they were our kind of go-to people. We looked at the pictures online. We really liked it. So the two things that property had was it was oceanside. That was a dream we wanted to make come true. We figured if we're going to travel and do this and uproot everything, we are going to live oceanside. We did that. We rented a 2-floor penthouse. Why did we go with a penthouse on the 3rd and 4th floor? Well, we were moving to a foreign country. We did not know anybody. We have a young daughter, and we wanted to make sure we were safe. So we wanted to be off the ground. What we learned since then is that we're okay with ground floor now. That idea of being off the ground was really appealing to us, and having those ocean views, and that's exactly what we got. However, what we didn't know, and had we had somebody at the property for us, they would have pointed out a few things to us. The furniture was really old. The apartment had not been updated in a while. There was peeling paint, you know, almost, we're embarrassed to admit that, in our daughter's room, there was this whole wall with peeling paint, and she slept there every night. It was gross. There was peeling paint in almost every room. So obviously there was like a water leak somewhere. If you're tuning in, say hi, let me know you're here, and drop all the questions you have about accommodations today. So, and we had 2 floors. And when we rented that, we really, in the spirit of positivity and hope, thought, oh, all the people are going to come see us. The current worldly situation is going to disappear. It's going to calm down and people start traveling again. And that did not happen. So we did get a bit of a gift because 7 months into that contract, the owners wanted to repossess the condo, and we said okay. What I did miss, or what I did love about that condo, yes, we were beachside, but it also had community. So we actually, at the time that we lived there was at least three other families, and then there were like one or two families that would float in and out for vacations. So that was fun for our daughter because she always had kids to play with. So that I really about it. And it was in walking distance to her school, which was an added bonus. We didn't even hadn't even planned that one. So that was a bonus. 7 months in, we were asked to leave. Kind of like difficult time because that's when my husband went into the hospital and I had to make an executive decision. We had seen a villa in a private community, a gated community called Casalinda, and it was mid-ish October, close to the end of October, and that's going into high season. So we didn't know if we would find anything, or I didn't know what we would find. And I didn't take my time, and I just jumped on that opportunity and said, okay, I'm going to go with it. So we rented the villa, and it was beautiful. It was well furnished, updated appliances. Everything in the kitchen was very modern. And then it was tranquil. We lived in this sort of cul-de-sac near the walking trail. So we didn't have neighbors sort of like immediately behind us, but we had neighbors above us, on the road above us. Um, I didn't love that experience only because the person that rented it to us was a bit difficult to deal with. So it sort of impeded on the experience. But beautiful. I love the gardens. There were so many plants and greenery, and that I totally miss from um, back home. I had a few plants in our house. We felt like it was a home. And that's part of, I think, that feeling thing I'm telling you about. Have the feeling when you go somewhere, it's like, oh, this feels good. Because if you're going to live there long term, you sort of want to be able to enjoy it. So we we figured, and I'm going to touch on budget a little bit later on, but for what it was and the headache, it wasn't worth the budget. It just wasn't. And we decided to leave a month early because we actually went to visit a condo in an area in Cabarete called Procap. So the first two properties were more in the Sosua area, and now we are in Cabarete. And this has been something I've been wanting to do since we arrived here because I love the vibe here when we would come just to have dinner. So I found a place in an area called Procab, which is also a gated community in Cabarete. There's a lot of really eccentric little places there. And the place that we went to see, I think would have been perfect for somebody who's just coming to visit for maybe a month. Short term. You need a place to land. They had some small bedrooms, a little pool outside. It was like all curvy and rounded, so very eccentric in design, but didn't fit our lifestyle and what we needed as a family. But when in doing my research, I found another property that was attached to this property manager's company, which is exactly where we are now in Ocean Dream. Now, Ocean Dream is sort of what I would say, like not right in, it's in Cabarete, but it's right at the beginning of like the busy part of town. So at this light where we are, that's where like, I'm going to say like the chaos starts. Once you pass that light, then you're in the thick of Cabarete. Um, and and then what happens is we get you go you get right in. So what I love about this place is that we are 2 minutes from the beach. We are literally 2 minute walking from pretty much anywhere. I didn't realize, but my battery is going to die on my computer. So I'm going to circle back right now. So we're in a 2 bedroom. It has all the amenities we need: security, safety, walk to the beach, walk to stores, walk to restaurants, and that is something I really like. However, we're a little bit further from school, and we are carpooling now. Last but not least, I need to talk about budget. Now, budget is such a big deal, um, because everybody, some people say, oh, you can live in the Dominican at half the cost. And I don't agree with that. It really depends where you're coming from. What are you spending now? What do you want to spend here? What do you need? What do you want? These are all factors you need to take into consideration. If you want to live Dominican style, you certainly can do that and pay $500 a month, but it also means that you're in a different community. And if that's the experience you're looking for, that's great. But you have to know what you want. We are paying a little bit more than we did for a mortgage back in Canada, but we're also trading off for some things. So we live in the Dominican, we live in the Caribbean, and that's what we're doing. So you have to decide, what is it that you want? What is it that you need? What do you want your budget to be? And that is where we adjust. I will be bold and say, I wish I had a Natalie when we got here. I wish I had somebody that um, would have guided us to know where to go, where to look, what to investigate. Um, we don't regret our decisions. We don't regret what we've experienced, but we know better now. And if you are feeling overwhelmed, that's okay. But know that there is somebody there for you. And if it's not me, find somebody else, but find somebody um, that will guide you, that will point you, that will have your back, and and at least try and find you the place that you will feel good in. So my recommendations are: rent first, even if it's just for a month, so you can look around to see something, to find something more permanent. Get somebody to go and videotape it for you, so you see and they point everything out to you, things that you want to know. 3, determine what your budget will be, because when you know that, then you will be able to find the right place. Um, I'm cutting this a little bit short because unfortunately the battery is going to die on my computer and I don't want to be cut off. I'm so sorry. But drop your questions. I want to know, what do you want to know about accommodations, the ins, outs, um, things to consider when you are deciding to move here. What amenities do you want? Do you want it gated? Do you want laundry included? Do you want to be near stores and restaurants? Do you want to be in driving distance? What is it that you want and need? And then we can determine how to make that happen. So, that's all I have for now. Whatever you choose to do, have an incredible day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.